Good morning and welcome to another episode of MyMaths walkthrough 277 constructing shapes. A bit of a garbled introduction there. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to bisect an angle of 45 degrees and I'm going to construct an angle of 90 degrees. Now in MyMaths you've just got to click the right picture which represents construction, so you can just, if you look at what I do in a minute, you'll be able to see the right picture, then just click on it, so you shouldn't be getting this one wrong. It is obviously much better if you get yourself a pair of compasses. I just went to Asda yesterday in the lockdown, queued up and eventually got in and bought a pair of compasses. It's better if you get yourself some compasses and you actually have a go, just to make sure that you can A, use a pair of compasses and B, follow the instructions and do the actual construction itself. These are called ruler and compass constructions, so there's no protractors, there's no even when you use a ruler, it's just a straight edge really, so we're ignoring the numbers on the rulers. It's just a ruler and compass constructions. Right, first of all we're going to bisect an angle of 45 degrees. Now I did say roughly 45 degrees, however if you've got squares in your book you can actually make 45 degrees quite simply. If you look at the square and you chop the angle of a square which is 90 degrees in half, then you get 45 degrees. So if I just come down this line here, so start there maybe, and I come down to here, and then I'll go straight across at the bottom, then I will have drawn an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, so that's 45 degrees in there. It's not important that it's an angle of 45 degrees because this bisection of an angle works on any angle at all. So it doesn't matter if your angle says 60 degrees, just draw a slightly bigger angle and then go for the construction. The construction marks will be the same. Right, so what do? We put our compass point at the angle itself, and we just put two marks on the line, so we put a mark here and then a mark here. Okay, so like so. Take your compass, put it on the two marks, so once on this side and put an angle mark in the side, put your compass on this side and put a mark inside, and then where the two things cross over, up here, you draw this in. Now it's important when you do this in exams that you do in fact leave your construction marks in. Don't think you need to rub these out, because you don't. When examiners are looking at it, they're looking for the actual construction marks as well as the line bisecting the angle. You might have made a better job at hitting the actual angle there. And that's it, that's constructing a bisector of an angle. Constructing an angle of 90 degrees, this is also known as constructing an angle to a point, or a bisector, the perpendicular to a point. So I just draw any line, doesn't matter how long the line is, I put a point on somewhere, let's say I put the point here. So what I want is, when I draw this, I want to draw that line straight up that line, don't I, to make 90 degrees. Cunningly done. So what do? I put the compass point on the point I've just created, and then I put a mark on both sides of the line, so one on this side and one on this side. Okay. What that does, it gives me this short line here with this point right in the centre. Okay, so what I'm really going to do is I'm going to create a thing called a perpendicular bisector between this segment of the line. So the next thing is to put your compass point on this part of the line, this bit, and then open it up about 3/4 of the way. It doesn't really matter how wide it is, so that's roughly 3/4 of that gap there. Put my compass point here and put a mark on the top and a mark on the bottom. So a mark above and a mark below. There you go, mark above, mark below. I don't know if you can see this one because it's maybe a bit low now. Let's just move that around a little bit. Take it to the other side and do the same thing. So a mark above and a mark below. So there you go, mark above, mark below. And then that's basically it. 90 degrees then is if I just draw a line going straight down between these 2 points. You've just made 90 degrees, so you can see it's on that line where I wanted it to be. In fact, when you do this, you could really just get away, once you've made these two marks, with doing the one at the top, because then you can go from there to the cross that you started off point, so your point that you're aiming for. So really I just need these 4 marks, but this one underneath is what we would use if we were doing a perpendicular bisector. Yeah, and that's it really. 90 degrees. Like I say, it's much better if you get yourself a pair of compasses and have a practice at it, rather than just clicking on the two correct squares in MyMaths. Alright, have fun.